He'll be here in Grenada come the 30th, right? Yeah, the climaxing of redemption. You'll get more information as we go along.
The brother Jesus on your knee, let the world know Christ is the Savior. I know you might find this funny. Plead the brother Jesus over your money. Even before the payday, complete the blood so the money can't done. The brother Jesus over your family. Plead the brother over your family.
Yeah.
This is what to pray and say in the morning. The brother Jesus over your family.
Have you done that yet?
The blood over your family.
Well, if you haven't, it's not too late. It's still morning. Ensure that you're covered. Because out there, trust me, it's, oh man, it's scary. It's scary when you really get to understand what happens. So many times we take a life just as, you know, we see things and we see things in the natural. It's much more than that. If you're wise, as time progresses, you'll get to understand that, you know, circumstances of life, things that we take for granted, things that we think just happen. That's so, you know. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you wherever you are. This time, so happy to be with you yet another day. Thanking God for life, health, strength, and everything that comes with it. I hope you're doing fine. And as Bishop Fletcher always says, if everything is not all right, you're still not doing too bad. You know what I'm saying? Good. Cynthia B says good morning. So to Mary E. Banks, Sylvina Charles, good morning, Innocent, and everyone listening at this time. Catherine Phillip, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning, Catherine. Marilyn Gordon, good morning, everyone. Rise and shine. Bless Wednesday. Morning, Gordon. Morning, Marilyn. Hope you're doing okay. Right. Nice. Petlin, good morning to you. Waiting on my farin. Yeah. Don't let me have to come up, Munich, you know, or otherwise you got to give me more. Yeah, longing for my foreign porridge, girl. What happened to you? I'm drinking quick oats and them kind of thing. And them. What going on with you? I think I'll plant some cassava just for you, alright? So that guarantees that I have foreign all the time. Folks, have you ever tried foreign porridge? With bay leaf and a little cinnamon in it? Oh my goodness. If you drink that, you ain't drinking nothing else, yeah? Good, nonetheless, folks, it's a wonderful day. Thanking God for life and everything. Good morning, Urban Mason and family. My partner, Brooklyn, out there in Munich also. Good morning, Imbi and the Maxwin family. Leonard, how are you doing? When last you see John, boy? When last you see Toti? Everything good? Alright, morning, uncles and aunts and everybody. Alsted, John and family, good morning too. I am not going to get trapped this morning in trying to call people names because everybody has get upset. Because you see, I know everybody, you understand? And when I call someone, I ain't call some. For example, last time, I got quiet from Digo Peace, you know. Oh, you're bigging up everybody and you're remembering me. And oh my goodness. Why did I start this? So good morning to everyone, okay? The wonderful folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Pidi Martinique also. In Carriacou now I could call her two names, Gailey and Shondell and Cheryl and, you know, Patrick Kojo and them, because I don't know everybody in Carriacou, so nobody can really get annoyed with me, but in Grenada I know. Yeah. Good morning, my brethren, Wayne, Wagiti, Redhead and family. Good morning, sir. How are you? Hope all is well. Now let's get with the program. The word for the day. The word of the day today, it is a noun. And it is the word forte. Forte. F-O-R-T-E. Have you heard that word before? I'm certain you did. Forte, it is a noun, and forte refers to something that a person does well, or in other words, a person's strong point. Yeah, forte. Killing serpents is not my forte. I had to run from one yesterday, boy. What? I had to go and call my partner quite down the road and to come, hey, come and kill her for me, boy. And Mr. Albert telling me I shouldn't kill it, just move it from where it is. Me with serpent? Hell no. Yeah, so forte refers to something that a person does well, or in other words, a person's strong point. Now, here's how we can use that word in a sentence. It was no surprise that she got accepted to the performing arts school. Dancing was always her forte. What I'm doing here now is my forte, anything to do with talking. No matter, sometimes I have a little mispronunciations here and there, but I'm a natural speaker. That's my forte. Put me on the spot and tell me to talk about that, I will. About almost anything. Be it the science, be it the music, be it what, I can talk. That's my forte. What's yours? Try and find out what is your forte today. Uncle Glyden, what is your forte? So to speak. He likes to say that. Morning, bro. Good. Uncle Trevor. Trebs. We had to play some all fours, eh? All right, good. Nadisha, good morning to you. This is your segment, the thought of the day. It says, half effort does not produce half results. It produces no result. Work, continuous work, and hard work is the only way to accomplish results that last. I'll reiterate that. Half efforts does not produce half results. It produces no result. Work, continuous work, and hard work is the only way to accomplish results that last. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, Mr. Ray Charles, my former principal of business teacher at McDonald College, he came up with this phrase, stick-to-itiveness. Yeah, you gotta stick to it, you know. Stick with the program. Results are not, not instantaneous. You know, it doesn't happen now for now sometimes. Some things you get results now, but there are times when you have to keep going at it, chipping at it, and eventually the results are here. You know what I'm saying? Nice. It's 22 minutes on to 7 o'clock, folks. That is your time. Good morning, Pastor Laurie and the members of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God service tonight, right? Bible studies. Come along and learn something from the Word. Empower yourself, enrich yourself, so you can fight the evils of the day, boy. Why? Oh, there is evilous. In any case, I'm not preaching this morning. What's happening? What's buzzing? Well, Maggie King of the Grill is on Saturday the 29th of July at the Monrouge playing field. I'm certain you have already made all your plans and arrangements to attend, because it's going to be a bumper event. It's going to be a whole day, well, yeah, from 12 noon to late. Food, fun, music, culminating with a live show. All right, Grenada top local international artists. I notice I said local international because our artists they're no longer local artists. Every now and then, not every now and then, ever so often, they're out there representing Grenada. All right, yeah, Grenada, boy, that little dot on the map. The calendar of events, get yourself acquainted with it. What's happening this weekend? The 14th to the 16th, Groovy quarterfinals, all right? That's happening. And from the 17th to the 21st, the Calypso tents judging. Good. Acquaint yourself with it. Those of you in the diaspora I know your preparations have already been made, all right? Some of you already here. Salian is already here. Buzzing this morning, the Caribbean Development Bank will present a report to the Caribbean community within the next few weeks, outlining recommendations to fill the gap in intra-regional travel created after LIAT went out of commission. Now, what is the real status with LIAT? Because not so long ago, I understand that some Chinese company and the Antigua government and so forth got into an arrangement, so there will be a new LIAT entity in place. What's going on? I think I'll have to do some investigation on this, because inter-regional travel is important. It's very important. Es muy importante. Yep. Also buzzing, the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIAP, has collaborated with the St. Patrick's Organization for Development, SPOD, and JCS Enterprises to host a sustainable training program for CMOS farming. That sounds good. Good morning, Willan. Whenever I talk CMOS, Willan comes to mind. Yeah, he's an ardent farmer of CMOS. Good. Nice. Good morning, Rachel. How you doing? And the children? Nice. 30 individuals will be part of a 3-week training at the T.A. Marichaud Community College in the area of nutrition and hotel management. That's good. Always, son, you're hearing about some training and some, that's good, The future is now, you understand? Get the children involved and don't think you're too old. I was just looking there. There's a lady 103 years old and she just got married. I didn't hear what you said. If at that age you're going to take on all that stress? Hush. Good. Yeah, it's never too late to learn. Life is a learning process, continuous learning. So don't get left behind in the technological age. Go on out, get yourself enrolled in some, training program and learn to operate, learn to maneuver the gadgets. Parents, learn to maneuver the smartphones and the tablets and the iPods so you can intervene in your children, doings. Just say, give me that phone and you can maneuver through it, Don't be left out. All right, good. What else is buzzing this morning? Let me see. All right, Grenada is hosting the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Crop Society, that's the CFCS, in conjunction with the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network. That is good news also. All right, also, Calvin Frank, a murder accused from Spring St. George, will soon know his fate. He will be sentenced on July 28 for the gruesome killing of his former lover, Lindy Skinner Moraine, in June of 2021. Yeah, I don't even like to talk about that. She was such a pleasant soul, at least in my interactions with her. Pleasant lady. Hope she's resting in peace, all right? 6 years after a constitutional motion against flogging in the 21st century was brought before the St. George's High Court, a trial is finally scheduled to commence during the first week of October. Okay. That's buzzing. Those are the stories that are buzzing this morning. We do have a guest this morning. We should be having folks from the National Lotteries Authority, and after that, we'll get into as much of a conversation as we can. All right, let me run here before we run off. We've got to head to the news. Okay, how far did I get? All right, right. Anne-Marie Thomas says, good morning, Mr. Joseph and the GBN family. Blessed day. Lydia Cameron says, good morning, Innocent. I want to give a shout out to my friend Rachel Moraine and Tilly Mitchell from Ministry of Health. You want to do it? Well, you just did. Okay, have a nice day. Veronica Sandy says, good morning, everybody. Blessings to all. Gordon, Innocent, Joseph, and GBN Grenada. Good morning, Veronica. And Jackson. Morning, GBN. Do what you say. Yeah, what is that? Good morning to all. Blessings. Hilda Wells. Desmond Clovey says good morning. Joylyn Barry, hi, good morning, Innocent. Nice seeing you and I hearing your voice. It's a nice moment here in sweet little Grenada. Blessings, good. My brother Arthur Langayan, he says good morning, my brother and good friend. That can't change. Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde, Chucky, stick on. Neil McMeo, good morning to you and the world. Yeah, Nimi, good morning. What's up, bro? All right. Agatha Jordan says, I'm listening in London. Good morning to all my lovely people. You having a cup of tea? I'm drinking coffee. Good morning to you. Good. Well, is it morning? Yeah, it could be morning still. All right. I'm living in Grandans Valley. Okay, Joylyn. All right. Cassandra Phillips says good morning. Elsa Francis says good morning. Elma James, good morning to Grenada. Have a blessed day. wonderfulness, people. Okay. Innocent, we have some heavy clouds passing over your area. Well, heavy, okay. All right. Help them out. Chuck and Barb, good morning from Virginia. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to have you all on board. All right. Someone says here, good morning, Gordon. Thanks for the firing recipe. You can also make cake and pudding with it too. Say hello to Arthur Langain for me, please. Arthur, you hear your girlfriend saying hi, all right? Folks, good. Let me tell you this. It's just about that time when we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather here. Those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back after the news. Stick and stay with us. See you in a while.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Good morning, I'm Kenroy Batiste. Calvin Frank from Spring St. George will soon know his fate. He will be sentenced on July 28 for the gruesome killing of his former lover, Lindy Skinner Moraine, in June 2021. Nisha Paul has this update.
Lindy Skinner Moraine, a food vendor from Jean Anglais St. John, unfortunate demise after being stabbed multiple times about her body following a disagreement with Calvin Frank over money she owed to him. Prior to Skinner Moraine's death, police claimed Frank, who is a driver by profession, sought assistance to retrieve the cash. Officers from the South St. George police station intervened and both parties reportedly agreed to a settlement, but the matter turned violent shortly after. Frank reportedly broke into her rented apartment in Jean Anglais, St. George, and delivered over 33 stab wounds to her body. Frank, who was 33 years old at the time of his arrest, was initially charged with capital murder, attempted non-capital murder, and housebreaking. However, the prosecutor accepted a plea of guilt for the offense of non-capital murder and did not offer any evidence on the other charges. Skinner Moraine's death was the first homicide recorded in 2021. Frank is being represented in the matter by attorneys Anselm Clouden and Jerry Edwin. He faces a maximum penalty of life imprisonment for the offense of non-capital murder. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, 25-year-old landscaper Vincent St. David, Prince Harry, and Alden Joseph, a 29-year-old laborer of Dudma St. David, also scheduled for sentencing in the High Court on July 28 for the offenses of rape and robbery with violence. Here's another Nisha Paul update.
Prince Harry and Alden Joseph were jointly and indictably charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department with 2 counts of burglary and robbery with violence. Harry was also charged with the summary offense of wounding and 1 count of rape, while Joseph was charged with 2 counts of rape. The charges stemmed from incidents which occurred at Syracuse St. David on January 1st, in which both men allegedly allegedly broke into 2 separate houses at night and committed the offenses. A woman and a man were reportedly violated sexually during the commission of the offenses. Attorney Jerry Edwin is representing both men in the cases, which went straight to the High Court via paper committal. In a previous interview, Attorney Edwin explained that his only plan for action is to beg for some level of mercy for his clients.
There is nothing that could be said that is exculpatory, that is to absolve them of their role here. We know that drugs and alcohol were involved, but a woman was violated in the most horrendous way. And I have told them that my role here in representing them is to really make a plea in mitigation before the court. So I'm standing here as their lawyer, but I do not expect to mount any defense in this case, except to ask the court for mercy and justice to be married, so that this matter can quickly be resolved and the victim in this case find some way to bring closure, because we are seeing way too many of these offenses.
Both Harry and Joseph are currently on remand at the Richmond Hill prison pending sentencing. They each face maximum penalties of 30 years imprisonment on the rape charge and 15 years on the charge of robbery with violence. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Other news, Grenada is hosting the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Crop Society in conjunction with the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network. We can tell you the meeting aims to build a sustainable food system for the region. Rita Pitt-Thomas tells us more.
Increasing resiliency in the food system in the Caribbean by linking and modernizing agricultural extension and research is a theme chosen for the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Crop Society in conjunction with the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network. The conference was officially launched at the Grenada Trade Center on Monday and will conclude on Friday. The World Health Organization has predicted that 8% of the world's population will face hunger, and there is concerns that the world is moving further away from its goal of ending hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition in all its forms by 2030. Vice Chair of the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Provider Network, Janelle Joseph, provide details about what the week-long session will entail.
Over this coming week, we are going to be exposed to presentations and discussions surrounding our most important activity, agriculture. We can expect to hear and learn about innovations in research, training, and development, all from our regional perspective. And I must add, we do look forward to it.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Aaron Francois, said the theme for this year's meeting fits perfectly with his ministry's transformational goal.
Your team cannot be more relevant at this time, even for us here in Grenada, where we are confronting the issue of how do we make sure that our extension services are up to the task of providing support to the agricultural sector. And we look forward during the course of this week to very fruitful discussions.
The annual conference comes on the heels of the recently concluding meeting of the OECS Council of the Ministers for Agriculture. Adrian Thomas, Minister for Agriculture in Grenada, said the focus of the meeting helps to further the OECS aim of building a sustainable food system for the region.
These initiatives are in the context of the commitments of CARICOM to reduce its food input bill, estimated at $5 billion in 2019, by 20% by 2025. The focus on increasing the resiliency of the food systems in the Caribbean by linking and modernizing agricultural extension and research adds another dimension to the quest to improve food and nutrition security. It takes the discussion beyond the territory of the programs and projects and towards the strategies for successfully implementing these projects to the benefit of villages, communities, districts, parishes, and by extension, the country.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Now, the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, SIAP, has collaborated with St. Patrick's Organization for Development and JCS Enterprises to host a sustainable training program for sea moss farming. The rest of the details in this report.
A number of sea moss farmers in St. Patrick are now better equipped to successfully cultivate sea moss, having participated in a sustainable training program which took place at the Soteres Breakwater. The training focused primarily on cultivating and managing Gracilaria sea moss, showcasing 3 cultivation methods: the monoline system and 2 variations of bamboo raft systems. Farmers received detailed instructions on the essentials of tying and spacing, crucial factors for successful cultivation and higher yields. Agriculture and Fisheries Representative in the Senate, Roderick Sinclair, was there to offer support.
And if we can grow these things in Grenada in a sustainable way, which is what I'm seeing here, using the bamboo, and all of those things, this is excellent. But not only that, the sort of research our good brother Mr. Noel and others have shown us today, it means that even among ourselves, we can continue to do our own technique. But how do we do it? Amidst protecting the turtles, the fishing, because those are challenges that are unique to our space.
The floating raft method was deemed the most effective approach for cultivating sea moss. The training was facilitated by Donnell Noel. He recommended the use of bamboo rafts as a preferred method to that of processed floating devices and netting in order to protect the sea moss from potential harm.
Now, the bamboo raft method allows us to be as efficient and environmentally friendly as possible. It allows our lines that we cultivate sea moss on to be very close without causing any major disturbance. For instance, them getting intertwined and the sea moss breaking off and so forth. And the bamboo is not a pollutant, so if it breaks free or it gets loose for whatever reason, that bamboo will is biodegradable and will decompose without causing any pollution.
With predial larceny a constant challenge affecting sea moss farmers, CSA coordinator at SIAP, Kenley Edwards, emphasized the urgent need for the passing of Predial Larceny Amendment Act problem.
This is something that must be addressed because this is a livelihood, and when someone puts the effort into a particular production and then for them to suffer these losses, it could be disheartening. And we know that this is a very lucrative, if I may say, product that has several benefits that is good for us as humans to consume, and I want us to continue to support.
The exercise, organized by the St. Patrick Organization for Development, was aimed at promoting sustainable self-employment opportunities for the residents of St. Patrick. Jefferson David, president of SPOD, encouraged more individuals from the parish to engage in sea moss farming.
They say that St. Patrick's are the poorest set of people, but if the people get involved into the production of sea moss, planting and stuff, I think we could get out of this saying that we are poor, and I think that we can benefit from it. I myself was never interested in it, but coming here today and learning so much. I have a boat myself. I decided to go up the island and start planting. I just spoke to Mr. Merriman in terms of planting. So the people around the area can get involved, and I think that's a good thing for the parish.
Christina John, GBN News.
6 years after a constitutional motion against flogging in the 21st century was brought before the St. George's High Court, a trial is finally scheduled to commence during the first week of October 2023. The motion was brought by the law firm Eden Law Caribbean in 2017. The trial will be held at the St. George's No. 4 High Court before Justice Ralston Glasgow. Nisha Paul is going to tell us about that.
Flogging is a punishment in which the victim is hit repeatedly with a whip or stick. Attorney Jerry Edwin says he was shocked to discover that flogging, a form of punishment ostensibly formulated by former slave and colonial rulers, is not only still allowed under Grenada's laws, but also routinely ordered by magistrates and carried out at police stations by officers. There has been a moratorium on flogging since the motion was filed in 2017 in accordance with Section 16 of the Grenada Constitution, which speaks to the enforcement of protective provisions.
There were magistrates here that were flogging men just for traffic infractions, that were sending people out to be flogged immediately, although the law says you have to wait 14 days. It's like the death penalty. Certain sentences you must wait before carrying out the sentence. A person who is flogged cannot appeal. Well, there were magistrates that didn't care. They take you right out of the courthouse to the police station, pull your pants down, and take the beating as an enslaved person.
Edwin took issue that successive governments have not had the courage to remove the inhumane legislation from the law books.
Under the last administration, we were told that the entire cabinet is against this practice. Yet the entire cabinet did. And we have a fantastic indication from these young people in the current government that every one of them, unsurprisingly, are totally against this barbaric practice. Yet no one stands up and says, let us end the practice of beating our Grenadian citizens like they are enslaved people.
Grenada is the only country in the entire Western Hemisphere that allows police and prison officers to flog men convicted of criminal offenses.
There are so many men who've suffered injury to their private parts. So many men who can no longer have children because of the way they were beaten. I hope the conscience of this cabinet, this government, will show itself to have a different face than the prior administration.
The constitutional motion, he says, has since received support from other members of the criminal bar, including Attorney Ruggles Ferguson, KC, Dr. Francis Alexis, KC, and Senior Attorney Anselm Clouden.
And so we believe that the removal of this law from our books would bring us into the modern era so that Grenadians, our judges, our prosecutors, we know how to punish, and we do not have to open the playbook of the slave master.
Offenses punishable by flogging in Grenada, according to law, are predisposed larceny with threat of violence and robbery with violence. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The story to report: the Caribbean Development Bank will present a report to the Caribbean Community CARICOM within the next few weeks, outlining recommendations to fill the gap in intra-regional travel created after LIAT went out of commission. Beverly Telesford reports.
In the coming weeks, CARICOM is expected to receive a report from the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, with recommendations on how to address the issue of interregional travel. CARICOM Chairman Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt said the CDB was commissioned to conduct a study to examine Caribbean air traffic and make recommendations on how to address the problem created by the absence of LIAT.
We mandated the CDB to engage in a study and to examine air transport within the Caribbean community and to come up with some recommendations on how we should go about addressing this issue with the absence of LEAD. The CDB has completed this study. It presented to us in the next couple of weeks. They have firm numbers in terms of the cost. They're looking at an 8-year or 7-year program cost, and I'm hoping that we can get the buy-in of all of us in respect to this entity, which we believe will complement what Carnival is doing, will complement what Caribbean Airlines and others are doing.
Skerritt said Caribbean Airlines, CAL, and other regional carriers, such as Inter-Caribbean Airlines and Bahamas Airlines, are among the regional carriers that are attempting to fill the void left by LEAD. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced that his government had received and accepted the CAL strategic plan to procure additional equipment for expanded operations in the region. He announced that the airline was in talks with the Barbados government, and Prime Minister Mia Mottley confirmed that they will be signing an agreement.
We actually are about to sign an agreement with CAL if it hasn't been signed by the airport, even as we've spoken. As Prime Minister Skerritt said, this issue is not a simple issue. And the truth is that we have suffered from a significant reduction in seat numbers. We believe that there is enough space for CAL, for Inter-Caribbean, and for any other mechanism that we resolve. And if you dig deep into the industry, and you can talk to CAL, you can talk to others, part of the constraint is the absence of capacity of getting planes and pilots. And therefore, you can't just snap your finger and have access to both.
Motley said a cooperative approach to the resolution of the issue of inter-regional travel is needed, rather than depending on a single airline to remedy the issue. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
30 individuals will be part of a 3-week training at the T.A. Community College in the area of nutrition and hotel management. The program, which is the first of its kind, will be facilitated by Chinese instructors. Rena Pitt Thomas has this report.
The Department of Public Administration, in collaboration with the Ningbo Polytechnic University in China, the People's Republic of China, and the T.A. Community College, has created an opportunity for 30 persons to undergo the 3-week training program, which will include the areas of food preparation, restaurant service, and housekeeping, among others. Participants will comprise students from TAMCC, NULO, and members of the public. It will be facilitated by tutors from the Ningbo Polytechnic University with an aim to further develop the tourism and hospitality sector in Grenada. Minister for Tourism Lennox Andrew, at the official opening of the training on Monday, said the initiative is aligned with the government's transformational agenda.
And that's why we take so much pride in ensuring that we educate and we develop and we make access to education as easy and as cheaply as possible, so that no one is left behind when it comes to educating. For us, Grenada must be like a big school, where opportunities are available for all to be what they want to become.
This is the first ever bilateral training on island facilitated by the Ningbo University, and more of this type of collaboration is anticipated going forward. His Excellency Wei Hong Chien, Chinese ambassador to Grenada, spoke of upcoming programs that were made possible with the collaboration of both countries.
On behalf of the Chinese Embassy, I extend warm congratulations to the commencement of this first on-island training program of nutrition and hotel management. Another 2 training programs which are is called nursery and maternity care, health care. We will have in September. Another one is bamboo weaving techniques. Will be held in October this year. These two training programs are also very important.
Permanent Secretary in the Department of Public Administration, Lindonna Marshall, encouraged the participants to take full advantage of the training.
So do your best to demonstrate interest and participate fully in all that the program has to offer. The field trip, as we mentioned, is something that we believe is going to add significant value to the program. So again, all of the holistic and comprehensive program that is before you, we encourage you to embrace all of it and ensure that the expertise and the experiences that you are going to participate in is going to add value.
The 30 trainees will receive certificates at the conclusion of the training program. Ningo University is also facilitating an exchange program for Grenadians auto maintenance students. 12 students and faculty members from TAMCC's auto maintenance program will leave the island for China on Friday for additional training in their chosen field of study. GBN News, Rena P. Thomas.
Beauty, intelligence, grace, and poise are featured in this evening's GBN ISO segment. It's time to take a peek at St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville, Miss SJC 2023.
The lovely ladies of the St. Joseph's Convent, St. Andrew are gracing tonight's ISA. Miss SJC 2023 was held over the weekend at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville, St. Andrew. Miss Jasmine Clark, representing Harford Village, walked away with the crown. Miss Telescope Treasure Edwards was the first runner-up, and Miss Croshu Kayla Sylvester, second runner-up. Congratulations to the beautiful ladies. Our ISA line is open for your submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
At the NIS, our team proudly works to support the evolving needs of Grenadians. We have made some changes to our operations and want to keep you informed. Firstly, we are happy to introduce the new unemployment benefit. This benefit will provide an insured person with 50% of his or her former income in the case of sudden unemployment. To support this benefit and other benefits we offer, it was necessary to increase the contribution rate. The contribution rate will increase gradually each year until it reaches 16% in 2031. As always, the contribution will be split between you and your employer. The pensionable age will also increase from 60 to 65 years. This increase will also be gradually reaching age 65 in 2029. Pensioners will continue to be eligible for a pension from age 60, but will receive a reduced payment. The NIS recognizes that the prices of basic customer goods are increasing globally. Therefore, we are happy to also increase the weekly minimum pension payment by 25%. Finally, we have adjusted our survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will receive 100% or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased's pension. We are here to make the transition to these new changes as clear and simple as possible. If you have any questions on how these changes impact you and your family, please contact our new informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your social security provider.
Welcome, welcome to the SMC's Crescendo to Grenada's Panorama 2023. And you see pan business, that is we business.
I'm from St. Paul's. For me, playing pan was like second nature because like any other community-based organization, when you grow up seeing your parents do something, it's natural for you to want to do it. So it wasn't a choice, it wasn't a decision. It was just a natural thing that I knew that I actually had to do. So it was no choice. At the pan yard, we have on Thursdays is our in-house pan yard liming day. So we have different things. So tonight is our cricket night. We have games night. We try to bring in persons to speak, to have motivational nights, to get players more inspired and wanting to play the pan more and to have a greater love for the pan. So that's some of the things that we do. It's definitely okay to come and see us practice. We always put on a show, whether it's practice or performance or a gig. Our days for practice are Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
Spice Up returns to the Esplanade Mall courtyard. Spice Up the Esplanade. Every Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Spice Up the Esplanade. Your all-in-one Spice Mass event. Get a taste of everything Carnival. From music to mass to food to fashion. All things Carnival in one place. Esplanade Mall, July 7th to August 11th. Don't you miss it.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada 12th, taxi and rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
I'm not afraid of that. I don't do that. So, but in any event, though, I do apologize for that glitch. And without much further ado or say, I am going to talk with Mr. Amilcar George. He is a marketing assistant at the National Lotteries Authority. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Innocent.
How are you? What, you calling my name loud and strong, man? You're a bodybuilder. How you strong, so? How are things at the NLA? How is the NLA doing?
Well, we are getting into one of the busier parts of the year for us. As you might know, the NLA has been for maybe the last couple of years the diamond sponsor for the Grenada Carnival, Spice Mass.
Okay.
Spice Mass, yeah.
Okay, right.
And well, and as usual with Spice Mass and culture, we try to make things as pleasant as possible and as enterprising and as beneficial as possible to our Grenadians.
Okay, all right. So, having said that, what special initiatives you will have for the Carnival season?
Well, we've had the access granted promotion before, but this year we're back with the access granted promotion, and we have made some changes. Before, we only gave passes to the SMC shows, but this year, when you spend $12 or more on Daily Pick 3, Daily Cash 4, Playway, or Lotto, you could win access to any of the Calypso or Soca semifinals.
Okay.
And the finals. And in addition to this, you could win entry to a number of other shows. What we call the private shows, the Jab Fest,
Pre-Day and those things.
July, Pre-Day, yeah, Panorama, Pure White, Biggest White, and to show that we are evolving with the Grenada Carnival product, we're also giving away Monday night mass band packages. I think the featured band is Amazing Colors. As the band, I know that we have like confirmation of sharing the packages this year. Okay. So, and this is not limited to nationals. Anybody who plays the game, since you spend $12 or more in Daily Pick 3, Daily Cash 4, Playway, or Lotto, you could win a free gate pass to any of these shows.
Okay.
And I'm excited about that.
Okay. I'm trying. Okay, you're excited in giving back to the public, because I know as an employee you're exempted from participating.
That is sad part.
Okay, so and generally, I mean, the NLA has been very innovative, has constantly been innovative in creating new platforms, new games, and so forth for the general public to participate in. How has the public gravitated to your latest product out there? What's that name again? Where you can get a bundle. What's the name of it?
Well, the latest thing that we have going on right now is the Multi-X. It's a game add-on.
That's what I was talking about, Multi-X. Reese and I spoke about that when it was being launched. How has it been performing thus far?
Well, I'd say it's still early, but it's gaining ground. It's gaining ground, and we'll do a review after a time to gauge its actual impact. But for now, I can only say that it's gaining ground. It's gaining ground, and we now have the charts to help players understand better how to use the Multi-X.
Okay.
And to help them understand that the Multi-X is used, it's not a game on its own. It's used in conjunction with another game.
Okay.
Now in the initial stages of Multi-X, we are using it with the Playway product, and it is a winnings multiplier. So for Multi-X to be effective, you need to win. Once you win, your winnings could be multiplied in four different ways. Either twice times, 3 times, 5 times, or you get your winnings and a free play, which is basically the same ticket that you just played, you get another copy of it. The only thing that might be different might be the number you played.
Okay, all right. And as you rightfully say, that game is in its youthful stage. So as people get into it a little more and understand the benefits that can be derived from playing it, I guess you would have more patrons supporting it. Back to the carnival. In addition, is there any other special products that you all are putting out? Any programs that you all are putting out for the? I know, if I'm not mistaken, after carnival, there's a lot to have on something for the back to schoolers, parents and so forth. Do you have any campaign being launched?
Normally we would have that program, but so far we have not nailed down that yet, so I can't speak on it. But the access granted will start from the 15th, which is this Saturday. And this Saturday, we are doing an island-wide motorcade where the featured product would be Scratch. So we will go up the west and down the east. We will visit Christina Bruno in Grenada. We'll visit Spectacular Bar in Waltham. We'll also stop at Calico Shopping Center in Sotes, Taran Shop at Paradise, and the final stop would be at Sting Shop in St. David. Now, there'll be a promo box on the truck, along with the DJ and the NLA workers, and for $12 worth of scratch tickets, non-winning scratch tickets, players could write a name, number, address at the back of the tickets valued at $12. Drop them in the box, and then we'll be doing 3 draws at each location. So 3 draws in Grenada, 3 draws in Waltham, 3 draws in Sotes, 3 draws in Paradise, and 3 draws in Latan. So that'll be 15 draws in all. I think the value of each draw could be I think as much as $50 per draw or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. I know it's a given that folks you always support the NLA with whatever games they have. I think your Playway is one of your biggest games. It has become a sort of science now. People can calculate and tell you what number is due next. And I listen to folks who play the Playway, man, and I'm saying, wait, no, this thing is scientific.
Yeah, man. The dynamics of the game is so engaging. Even if you don't play, you want to hear what happens.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we look forward to that support, that continuous support to the Spice Mass Corporation. Well, Carnival on a whole, Lotto is always supportive of these initiatives. We look forward to how this rolls out. Anything you want to add to this?
Yeah. We will also be at the Calypso semifinals, the Groovy semifinals, the Calypso finals. We'll be at these shows, doing what we normally do, selling and doing cash prize giveaways.
Okay.
So persons can look forward to seeing us at the semis. The semis for Calypso, Groovy, and the Calypso final.
Okay, so you all will be there selling the promotions.
Yeah, we're selling our games. We're selling Scratch definitely, and if all goes well, maybe we probably could do some online sales as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But we'll definitely be there with Scratch.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds interesting. And again, to the management and staff, the board of directors of the National Lotteries Authority, I'd like to commend you all on that continued support that you show for community and sports and culture and things like that. Always there, giving back to the community is what you do. The more you play, the more chances you have to win. And even if you, as an individual, doesn't win, well, Grenada always wins.
Grenada always wins, man, and that is the thing about us.
Yeah.
We want you to do good, and we want Grenada to do good. So Grenada always wins, and that I like to call us a patriotic company.
Right. Okay.
Holistically.
That's the name of the game. So thank you and continue doing what you're doing. And I do wish you and the team all the successes that can be had for the season and going forward. And give GBN's regards to the entire team at the National Lotteries Authority.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll do that.
And give Reese a special good morning for me, okay?
Yeah, I will do that then.
All right.
As soon as I see it.
Okay, have a good one. Thanks for joining us. All right, folks, I've been speaking there with Mr. Amilcar George, the marketing assistant at the National Lotteries Authority, as he expounded on the input into the Carnival season Spice Mass Cooperation for 2023. We take a commercial break and we'll be back after the conversation.
My name is Amilcar. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Yes, Grenada, get ready for the event of the year. The Technology and Innovation Expo 2023 is coming to the Trade Center, Monroe St. George. On Friday, 4th August. Immerse yourself in a world of limitless possibilities where technology and innovation collide. Join us as we bring together the brightest minds and groundbreaking inventions under one roof. You'll experience firsthand the advancements that are shaping our world, from innovative products and services to artificial intelligence and virtual reality. This event would be the hub of transformative ideas, emerging trends, and platforms for startups to the showcasing of innovations, forging partnerships, and unlocking new opportunities. Save the date, Friday, 4th August 2023 at the Trade Center, Monroe St. George. Don't miss out on this opportunity to witness the future come to life. The Technology and Innovation Expo 2023. Call us on 456-1568, 437-1568, or email CaribbeanCodingAcademy@gmail.com to secure your spot. See you at the expo.
Maggie King of the Grill 2023 is made possible by Quartz, Grenada Limited, Rubis, the National Lotteries Authority, Coca-Cola, Coyaba Beach Resorts, and Duty Free Caribbean Holden.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. A quick look at our WhatsApp platform, our Facebook page. Fitzroy Adams says, good morning from the land of the living. Okay. Alison Cox Osplund says, and how is Grenada today? Alistair Warwood says, blessed Wednesday morning to my spicy people, home and abroad, GBN and Mr. Host, Mr. Innocent. Keep the focus, people. Camille Morales says, good morning. Agnes Dowden says, blessed morning, everyone. All right, so to Ruth Thomas says, good morning. And Kyron Coppin, good morning to my friend. Okay. All right, and so this is the time when you can call in and be a part of the conversation. We have a number of thanks for that correction there, contributor, Spice Mass Corporation and not Cooperation. Thank you very much. All right, those things happen sometimes. Nonetheless, thank you very much. Okay, what's buzzing? We have the Caribbean Development Bank will present a report to the Caribbean community, that's CARICOM, within the next week, outlining the recommendations to fill the gap of the intra-regional travel created after the LIAT went out of commission. The Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program collaborated with SPOD, that's the St. Patrick's Organization for Development, and the JCS Enterprise to host a sustainable training program for CMOS farming. All right, 30 individuals will be part of a 3-week training at the T.A. Maricho Community College in the area of nutrition and hotel management. All right, Grenada is hosting the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Co-ops Society in conjunction with the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network. Calvin Frank, a murder accused from Spring St. George, will soon know his fate. He will be sentenced on July 28th for the gruesome killing of his former lover, Lindy Skeena Moraine, in June of 2021. 6 years after a constitutional motion against flogging in the 21st century was brought before the St. George's High Court, a trial is finally scheduled to commence during the first week of October. And those are the stories that are buzzing. However, you have something in your community that you'd like to bring to the fore. This is the golden opportunity to do just that. The number to call, it's 435-2041. Let's go to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you this morning?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Same here, alive and thanking God. Yes, what I'd like to bring to your attention this morning and your faithful listeners, there is a talk now. Well, it has been there a while now. Actually, in the 70s, the first person I heard brought up this talk, and I think he brought it to the United Nations, was Sir Eric. May his soul rest in peace. He always used to talk about UFOs, unidentified flying objects. So used to be talk, and then so there's a lot of talk about it now. It's on the internet. I don't know if you have come across it, UFOs, and then there's talk about these things in the air wherever they are, and they are.
Have you personally witnessed a UFO?
No, sir, I haven't, but I've seen on the internet.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about it, especially in the larger countries, America and so forth. But I personally think let me ask you this: do you believe in extraterrestrial creatures?
No, sir, because you know why I tell you I don't, due to the fact that, you know, in Amos 3:7, I'm no Bible scholar, I'm no, you know, pastor or anything. It's just that I'm 65 and I've picked up things, you know, on the way, you know, reading the scriptures, listening to pastors, preachers, and people like that. So, but you know, in Amos 3:7, the word of God says, surely the Lord God does nothing without revealing his secret to his servants, the prophets. Now, God, we are our children. We are God's children. And if you have your child, you don't keep secrets from your child. Certain things you would not tell, you cannot tell them everything at a point in time because of the stages in their life. But there are things you just reveal to them. And I think God loves us, and he would not keep us in secret where these things are concerned. And I'm thinking these things we trying to, that are coming into our atmosphere is not of God. I think, you know, I believe, as the scriptures say, God created us human beings and he created the angels. A sort of the angels, headed by Satan, rebelled against God, and God cast them out of heaven. And the word of God says Satan is like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And I think these things that we call in UFOs and extraterrestrials, whatever the word is, I can't.
Extraterrestrial,
Yes, these are things that try to reach us, but I do not think they are benevolent. They are not of God. God did not tell us you have life on any other planet, any other universe, but life is on earth and it is in heaven. So I'm just sharing it. I think we should be aware of these things.
All right.
Be aware, be very, very discerning.
Okay. Thank you, caller.
For guidance.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Yep, 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is the time, and let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good, and how you do?
I am fine.
Mr. Innocent, I have a joke. The joke is, I am a mother of 5 and 14 grand. Happy and proud. And I cannot beat them with a belt or like in the long time days, they give us 2 slippers, bab, a pot spoon. But I'm wondering now, a big man as you, maybe my age, I don't know. So, Innocent, pull down your pants. No, they don't pull it down. You have to pull it down. With somebody beating you behind, back, and front. Don't you find that a joke? And when we're done, they're talking about slavery, abolish, and people have to apologize and so on. What is the difference? This is the middle slavery mentality.
You're referring to the corporal punishment thing, right?
Yes. Sorry. And no, we still have the 3 types of slavery, you know. This type of slavery now is one where they're beating people and stuff. That is what we're talking about. Abolish, but abolish, because if you have to, you have to pull down your pants for the legs.
Right.
And if you call your little child, where they tell them, take the cup from there, and they refuse, and you have to give them a little slap, they're running, you know.
Not only running, but they could run to the police and call abuse.
They're running and report to the police. And then now, other part of slavery is, now you walk in with people, they employ you, and they're paying you nothing, like 300 and 405. So all that is slavery, Innocent. Okay. What is your opinion? Talk to me.
Well, I always like to plead the fifth on these circumstances. All right.
That's why I love you.
I love you more.
Protect your job, my dear. Anyway, these days I'm so busy. I can't call the program as I used to because I'm hustling, you know, here, there, everywhere, looking for the dollar, boy, and the dollar good, eh?
Where you finding it?
But I will tell you in secret.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And it good, I tell you.
Nice. nice. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
Blessings. Good. All right, folks, it's 17 minutes on to 8 o'clock. As Sharon Bartholomew says, well, maybe God revealed them whom he needs to reveal it to. Okay. Ernesto Jose, I happened to listen to an interview with Lenora George, who was in charge of the SEED program on the Sheldon Scott and Andrew Donald program, making the rounds to debunk the accusations made by the PM, Honorable Deacon Mitchell and Honorable Telesford, after the PM said there was a doctor and other was put in the program who did meet the criteria. If Lenora George had a problem with what was said, I think she should have set up a meeting with the PM and the Social Development Minister. Let me go back there. The Social Development Minister. Right, instead of getting on the two programs that oppose the administration to run it down. And if she was honest, she should have met the minister for the 10 minutes and organize another meet. All right, this is okay. Good morning, caller. Hello. Good morning. Let's do this. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
And how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just a little concern this morning, though.
Uh-huh.
I noticed there is a project going on Locust Street.
Okay.
It seems like they're demolishing a house. But there is no barricade, nothing to protect that demolition taking place. And it's very dangerous. I think the authority need to look into it and stop that and let it do a proper job before they start mashing down the building.
Right. Well, I mean, that's some of the concerns I have with some, because if I'm not mistaken, the protocols are already established. It's just that people don't adhere to them, and then the relevant authorities don't look into it and ensure that these things happen.
Exactly. So I just wanted to say that this morning.
Okay. All right, thank you, man. Good. All right, good. Nice. It's 14 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. Now, let me tell you guys something. All right. Ernesto Jose, my good friend, there are certain things that I know you would like to get out there, but you see, with broadcast journalism, there are certain things that, well, maybe some people do it. I listen to some other, media and so forth. But as for me, I have a responsibility, morally and professionally. So there are some things that the wording, I personally wouldn't do it. Okay? And some of the things, I think some of them, so you could take them to the Lord in prayer too. Good morning, caller.
Well, in a sense, some of the topics that come into play need a lot of time. For instance, that lady who called about the UFOs. This is a serious topic, and it's not about whether the beings are not of God or whatever thing, but even the American intelligence CIA have been studying the existence of extraterrestrial flying objects, if you call it that. But I don't want to talk about that, except to say what we should be concerned more about is the objects in space that are always going out of orbit that could come down. In fact, I was reading an article not too long ago that said the amount of waste in space that is being tracked, and those are not being able to track, is in the thousands. And it doesn't matter the size, but any object coming into our atmosphere could cause enormous catastrophic damage. So we have to be concerned about that much more than the ones that may seem coming to interfere with us. No, it's the one that human beings put up there. That is what we have to be more concerned about.
Okay.
On the question of the flogging, I'm glad that when you call it, took it as a joke, try to put it in the form of joke, because one has to feel sad. Because after all these years of, we say, emancipation, we are continuing to use the colonialists, the enslavers method to manage our society. I would even go far. We should feel shame that we even beat our children and we're using scripture about training up child and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's evil to inflict pain on anybody, regardless whether the child, they say, there are many ways to really get people in conformity than that barbarous way we deal with them.
Okay.
So we need to in fact, I think what the government could do right now, just say they're going to suspend the law. They have done, governments have done that. They have suspend laws when they want to try people, especially from the revolution. They could do that, suspend the law. Suspend it. I mean, they have to wait for the lawyer to go and argue, and they're going to win it. But there's certain things, once you know, it's like swearing to the king. All these things, bit by bit, we need to, discard those things too. Okay. I mean, when the lady talk about the slave mentality and whatever, we really are slaves in this place. Mentally and otherwise, we don't like to hear that. Even the language we're using. Whose language? We need to really come serious. As I said, in a sense, some of the topics here need much more time, and sometimes it doesn't do justice to those of us who want to contribute. Because sometimes I'm trying to make the point. You're trying to put things, in a short time.
The truth about it, right? The truth about it. Programs like these, all right, are intended to just get a glimpse. All right, it wasn't intended to have in-depth conversation. This is not for problem solving. This is just to get a feel.
I'm not saying that it should be. I'm just saying that. Mm-hmm. So that's why maybe there should be another program that will evolve, that will sort of go deeper. Because we need to help our people to be very expansive in the thinking. Unfortunately, our people still running from spirits and that kind of thing. They're not having an expansive.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. Mm-hmm. Good. All right, folks, it's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's take our final commercial break in the program and get back with the wrap. Don't you go anywhere, because we'll be right here with you.
Spice Up returns to the Esplanade Mall courtyard. Spice Up the Esplanade. Every Wednesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Spice Up the Esplanade. Your all-in-one Spice Mass event. Getting Carnival. From music to mass to food to fashion. All things Carnival. One place. Esplanade Mall. July 7th to August 11th. Don't you miss it.
We say, yeah, GBN we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, we'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, and just peeking into our WhatsApp platform. A daily call to clean it up. A beautiful Grenada is in your hands. Find the bin for your garbage. Yeah, this is an advocate for no littering. Also, another contributor on the WhatsApp platform says, good morning. I want to know why NLA does not have live draws of the games. Most lottery authorities in other countries have live draws, not pre-recorded ones. All right, that's a good platform to voice your concern. Okay, also want to take the time off and say happy birthday to Niron Joseph, and this greetings is coming from your wife Simone and the kids. I'm reading it as it is said because I know somebody will call and say they're not kids, they're children. You know. Let's go to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, I have two observations I'd like to mention here this morning.
Please do.
One, we had the Minister of Finance on the program last night, Channel 10, with Kalisha. And I'm very, very surprised and ashamed of this man. The problem here with me and him is that he came on the program unprepared. This man had no figures, no numbers, nothing that he could really explain to the public about. But all he did was criticize, well, the way I would put it is the past administration. Now, he used a word there last night, and I'm very surprised. I want to know where in Grenada we have ghettos. And as an educated person, I think he should renege on this word. He should apologize because in Grenada, we don't have ghettos, and I'm not expecting us to have ghettos. And this is a word we should take out of our dictionary, the Grenadian model. We don't have ghettos in Grenada. So if you have to speak about areas that he visited, he should never call it ghettos. That's one thing. Now, another thing's brewing in this country here. The Republic Bank, as we speak, is on strike. And these people who are the engine of this bank, they are foreigners. And I'm not hearing the Grenadian people speaking up against the things that they're doing to our citizens. I think it is time that Grenada, our administration, look into the advantage that's being taken on our people and speak up against it. We have our ministers. As a matter of fact, I think the minister in charge, the Minister of Labor, is weak. And if she is weak, we have a lawyer as our Prime Minister. He should look into these affairs and solve this problem first. Because it does not only affect the workers, it's affecting even the citizens.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one. All right, folks, it's 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock, reminding you that at 8 we join the BBC for that Bulletin of News. Yeah, it's classic, 435-2041. We've got limited time left, so let's take this call and say good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning, welcome.
Yes, I just want to say to Grenada, human beings are created by the Almighty God. And He is supreme. There is none greater than God. There is none bigger than God. There is no other than God. And if God say, give His word, we ought to obey it. And to say that the Bible is, saying to punish children by beating according to the word of God. It says, do not spare the rod and spoil the child. And you could ridicule God. Well, I don't know where you come from. That person was evolved. They was not born. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good one yourself. Someone says here, okay. Innocent, you very well know I will do that. People must know God didn't bless us with little goats. That's why some of them be... All right. Good morning, caller.
Hey, listen, morning.
Welcome.
There's over 3,000 and some pieces of iron up in the sky. From 1957, the first satellite up in the sky. They have over 3,000 pieces on working condition of the floating in the sky. They want to make nets to capture them and happen to capture them in the manner. And this program is over 3,000 pieces of them are working.
Okay.
Floating in the sky, boss man.
All right.
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As we get out of the program, my good friend Lindsay Ferris says, Gordon, encourage your audience to go out there and produce instead of debating what is slavery and cruelty. Mental slavery is worse than flogging. I am not doing 49 push-ups this morning. I am doing 200 dashing holes. Go and hey. Why some dashing yesterday? Good morning to you, Esther, out there in all there is Pomeroy's, but Mount Agnes we call it. Yeah, I get some real blue dashing and some saltfish. Oh my goodness. Esther, good morning to you. Any leftovers? Folks, this is where we got to wrap the program this morning. Again, I want to say thank you to all those of you who participated in the program one way or the other. I did not see my friends online this morning, Paul and so forth. Nonetheless, good morning to you. Rose Fraser Brizan, good morning to you as always. You and the family, hope you all are doing fine. Who else did I miss out this morning? All right, I think I covered everybody else. Okay, thank you for being a part of the program. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again tomorrow, same time, frequencies, channels, and platforms. Until then, have yourselves a great day. Stay blessed, stay safe, and try to do the right thing, even if no one is looking, okay? I love you. Bye-bye.